Couples Cast number 9. I'm Melanie.
Well, actually, you're listening to Couples Cast 9.
Shit.
This is why I do the intros. Hey guys, we're the couples. I'm Johnny, and this is Melanie.
Yeah.
And this
sorry,
is episode 9.
I screwed up my line.
It's alright. This is the 9th podcast. We don't know how long we're going to go on this one, because we're doing this kind of on the fly. Because of my work schedule is finally back to normal. We can't record this on Thursday. It's going to cost too much of a hassle, so we're doing it now. So
yeah, why the hell not?
Exactly. So, as always, we start off with what's coming up on the channel. We're going to be still trudging along on Justice League Heroes. We're almost done.
Thank freaking God.
It was fun at first, and then it just became...
all of a sudden it just went downhill from there.
As soon as we finished off Brainiac and then Darkseid showed up, that's when everything went downhill, I think.
I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's up to our viewers to decide.
Yeah, and I'm also going through Super Mario Brothers 3, the Famicom edition. I'm having a blast with that. I hope you guys are too. I know my buddy Doug Hancock of Dragon Slayer Productions has been commenting quite a bit on it. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, let's get into... actually, speaking of Let's Plays, there's one that we were planning on doing, but it's going to be put on hold now until we can think of a new kind of centralized theme around it. And it's due to the Super Best Friends Zaibatsu. For those who don't know who those are, it's kind of the new rebranding of the best friends, the two best friends. On Machinima, they have two best friends play X game. It's Matt and Pat, but they've slowly brought in their friends Wooly and Liam. And they've become the Zaibatsu because they do so much Let's Plays together on their main channel, The Switcher. And, they've got the Super Best Friend cast. A couple of days ago, they released on their channel a leaf green Nuzlocke. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Because we were planning on doing a leaf green Nuzlocke. And the centralized theme of that, which I can no longer do, is that they are going to be naming the Pokemon that they catch after wrestlers or rappers.
Wrestlers and rappers, okay.
Yeah, because they've named their Pokemon trainer DMX, and they named their rival Ja Rule. It's funny because they started doing there's three things that you'll hear in every single DMX song ever, and that's his and then come on, and then guarantee it.
Well,
put on any DMX song, 2 out of the 3 are in that.
Well, I got an idea what we can do for our Pokemon.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Okay, fine.
Someone else will listen.
Off cast.
Yeah, because you don't want anyone listening to this to be like, oh shit, I'm gonna do that for mine. I'm gonna go out and get it ready and then release it. So it's like, oh, you can't do it.
Yeah.
But then that got me to thinking. I'm like, when you look at famous YouTubers or more popular YouTubers, when they do something that you wanted to do but you just never got around to doing it, do you still do it and run the risk of, hey, these guys are copying us in our playstyle, whatever, or do you just go through with it and not care what anyone thinks?
Second option.
Just go through it and not care what anyone thinks?
Well, like I said, I don't give a shit what everyone else thinks sometimes, but
yeah, I guess if you got the thicker skin, go for it.
And you got the thicker beard right now.
Oh God, I haven't since I got that illness
since you
there.
Got sick.
Yeah, I haven't shaved in a month, and my beard is just.
And I yanked it last night.
I think I might.
Satisfying.
I think I'm actually going to trim it today. I'm going to trim it to the length I usually get it, which is probably going to take me an hour to cut through.
Your beard's darker than the hair on your head.
Yeah, I'm going to cut my hair too, or shave my head today again. So I'm probably going to put a Twitter poll up in the next couple of days with a side-by-side photo. It's like number 1, number 2. What do you like better?
Chances are the look you have right now, it has to have my approval.
You don't want me to get a Bray Wyatt type, basically like It's no longer a Duck Dynasty beard. I consider it the wrestling beard because so many guys are getting beards
beard,
now.
it's more like the redneck beard.
Well, no, so many guys are getting beards now in wrestling. It's retarded. I mean, it was kind of underground for a while because there was like 3 guys in Ring of Honor that used to do it.
Yeah.
Like one was a lumberjack and one was I don't know who the other guy was. There was another guy with a long beard that they looked. Oh, I think it was Necro Butcher, that indie hardcore guy that.
Okay.
The guy that took on Mickey Rooney and no, not Mickey Rooney,
okay.
Mickey Rourke. Sorry, in The Wrestler. He's just like, hey man,
it's a shame. Mickey Rourke was supposed to make an appearance in WWE, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Chris Jericho at the 25th WrestleMania 25, but he actually spilled the beans at like the red carpet. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna be doing something with the WWE and Chris Jericho. You better watch yourself. And it's just like, and then they're ready to go full force with it, and then they just went.
His insurance.
Yeah, his lawyers were like, no. It's like why not? It's like you're doing Iron Man 2 right now. If Chris Jericho injures you, you're fucked. No, like, and then he got on Larry King with Chris Jericho, like kayfabe, and it's just like, yeah, they told me I can't wrestle, so we're not gonna do that. So then out came the whole, okay, we can't have Chris Jericho do nothing at WrestleMania. Let's bring back Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka, and Ricky Steamboat.
And then eventually he fights Fandango.
Oh God, that's years later. That's years later when Chris Jericho lost to Fandango. No.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, that was last WrestleMania. Yeah, that was last year. No, it was a 3-on-1 handicap elimination match. He took on Piper, Snuka, and then Steamboat.
Oh, speaking of Randy Piper, I saw him last night on Storage Wars. He was actually praising a quilt. I mean, not a quilt, but a kilt. Dang it, a kilt. Damn it. Dang it.
I don't watch Storage Wars, but I'm just imagining that conversation. It's like, oh, Mr. Piper, we'd like to get your appraisal on this. Well, let me tell you something. This thing comes from Scotland back in the 1905s. I wore this at WrestleMania 3 when I took on... Who did I take? Adrian Adonis.
Please.
Well, sorry if I break your eardrums, but it's the only way I can do my Roddy Piper. I was Roddy before Roddy was cool.
Well, he was actually doing it in his normal voice, and he was actually explaining the history of the...
There's no formal voice for Roddy Piper. Okay, maybe it's a little less toned down, less screaming. It's like,
yeah.
I'll tell you, this came from Scotland back in the 1905s. And I wore this at WrestleMania 3 against Adrian Adonis.
It wasn't so...
that was the first time I retired. The first out of 25.
Okay.
I swear Roddy Piper retired more times than Michael Jordan.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I need a drink after that.
Yeah.
The Roddy voice pulls out my vocal cords.
Just about any time you do a certain character,
If I do Roddy's voice more high pitched, it's probably more close to Napa on DBZ Abridged.
Yeah. Dairy
Queen! God, what were we talking? Oh yeah, copying stuff on YouTube. How we go from copying stuff to YouTube to me doing Roddy Piper?
Because we were talking about wrestlers, like naming some of the Pokemons after wrestlers. And
yeah. Which they haven't gotten to. They only gotten to one person because they caught a Rattata outside of for aliens. I can't. The first city they named it Fandango.
Okay, that is pretty good.
Alright, let me go back on wrestling a little bit. I'm just anticipating what chants are going to be done the night after Mania this year because pretty much like, it's the Showcase of the Immortals. It's a 4-hour show, some good matches.
Yeah.
I am anticipating what will happen the night after Raw because the night after Raw, like the craziest stuff goes down.
Yeah.
I remember the one after 18, Hogan ripped the shirt off and like declared himself the red and yellow again. He left the NWO. That was also the night Brock Lesnar debuted, his first debut. They had like this really shit hardcore match, and then he came in and just destroyed everyone. That was a good way to make an impact. But the last few years have been like, like somebody big comes back or the crowd gets really into it. Like last year, it was all those chants against Orton and Sheamus because it was so boring. They're chanting for the announcers. Off camera, they're chanting Chris Benoit. We're like, whoops. Don't want to be chanting that. But, for going back to the Leaf Green, we will do a Nuzlocke on that. But we're going to think of something clever for the naming of the Pokemon. Because everyone has their own little thing. Like, Pro Jarrett will name them after the sounds he makes. So he'll be like, okay, we're going to start off with a K. So, Kefurtin. Welcome to the team, Kefurtin. And then when they die, it's like, Kefurtin, no! Or I think he named one of those leaf monkeys Gorp, and then he called it Stupid Face. It's like, after he dies, he's like, oh, you were a stupid face and nobody liked you. See, that's the point of... You know the basic rules of the Nuzlocke, right?
Mostly.
Yeah, it's basically, if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead. You have to release it, and you're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you see in a new area. Some people implement a duplicate rule because they don't want to, just have like a whole team of Rattats and Pidgeys, because those are like the most common that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's an interesting way to play the game. They only really do it on the core games. I was thinking of doing it because I have Pokemon XD for GameCube, but apparently the Pokemon that you can capture are very, very limited, and some of them have like the darkness. You have to keep them in a ball or battle with them to remove the darkness. It's weird, so we might just do a regular playthrough of that, I guess.
Okay.
Because that's just something simpler.
I don't think I've played a little bit of it, but I haven't actually completed a Pokemon game before, so...
Oh, there you go. There's something... Let's see, we've been always trying to find games for you to play, and then for me to go commentate. Because it's not really considered couples play if, like, for single-player games, I do all of them, and then we just play, like, beat 'em ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Co-op games like that. So, yeah, we need to find something. That might be a good one, because, JRPGs aren't really that control-heavy.
Yeah.
I know that's probably, like, your weakness with most games, is that just too many controls, or you're not used to a D-pad and button presses at the same time.
Yeah, something simplified.
Yeah. We'll eventually get you trained on games. You just gotta keep... I think the best way to get you trained with playing consoles and with controllers is to just continuously play Mario. Learn running and jumping. Twitch controls, Twitch timing. Timing your jumps and all that.
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
All right.
And get you into higher stuff. Well, we'll see.
We'll see,
as things goes
we'll
on.
see.
But before we go on, let's keep going back to the with the best friends doing the Nuzlocke. Was there anything that you ever had, like you had an idea and you're like, I'm gonna do that, and then put it off, and then you see someone else famous do it, and you're just like, damn it, I was gonna do that.
Not really, but it kind of happens with cosplay sometimes, and I'm like, someone was gonna do this, and I'm like, oh shit, I wanted to do that too. I'm like, oh, screw it, I'll do it anyway.
Anything, like any...
Just because it was your idea doesn't mean, and someone else had the same idea, doesn't mean that you still don't have to, you still don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So, I'm the kind of person, I'm a good sport, I don't give a shit.
But have you ever had an idea where people, like, go, like, they go and do it, and they get so successful at it, there's no possible way that you could ever do that too?
I do get discouraged, though, whenever I see that. Whenever that happens, I do get discouraged, but I can do my best just not to let that get to me. So that's the good thing about being a good sport. I don't have to... I can take criticism, and I can take defeat.
I've had several instances where ideas that I came up with in my head that I never fully pursued got turned into something, and I kind of kick myself for not like putting it out there with like trademarks and copyrights and all that on it, and just be like, this is my idea, I have it, you can't do it. live with it.
Yeah.
Although my ideas weren't original, they were based on copyrighted materials. When I was younger, I actually had an idea for a 2D fighting game based in the Nintendo universe. So you had I drew up character profiles for like Mario, Luigi, Samus, James Bond, because this is when Rare was still owned by Nintendo.
Nice.
Like Donkey Kong, Mother Brain, and a bunch of other Nintendo characters as fighting game characters. Now, it was just, one-on-one. It was Street Fighter style, and they had Street Fighter-esque control schemes. So, like, doing the motion for a Hadouken with Mario would either shoot a fireball or a plunger.
It's kind of funny because you don't see Mario with a plunger at all, even though he's supposed to be a...
Well, in the cartoons you do, because they are considered plumbers in there.
That's true.
I also had this stupid idea for a full down forward punch for James Bond, where he would pull out the RCP-90, which was like the most powerful machine gun in 007 or GoldenEye. I made him go. This is bad voice acting, but I would make him go RCP-90. like with Raiden in Mortal Kombat, how you do that little flying thing, and he goes like that.
Oh,
so like,
shoot.
Oh god, I think I was inspired too by that Family Guy episode where they put Urkel in a Mortal Kombat game, and someone kept going down forward A. So he's like, "Have some cheese, have some cheese." It's like throwing cheese at him. I'm inspired by that. Then, sure enough, 4 years later, after I drew all those funny pictures and they got tossed out by Mom and lost to the annals of time, out comes Smash Brothers. And I'm like, oh, I kind of had this idea. I didn't have the idea of 4 players and items, but sure, okay. And another one that I discussed on the Price is Right video is I had a dream where I was on the Price is Right. I got up to spin the wheel to go to the Showcase Showdown, and I spun the wheel so hard it fell off its hinges, rolled towards the crowd, and killed everyone in there. Well, not everyone, but like anyone in the general vicinity. And then, sure enough, 10 years later, Seth MacFarlane writes it into an episode of Family Guy that Peter gets addicted to Red Bull. And then he spins it so hard it flies off his hinges as he's saying hi to his family. And I'm just like, God damn it, I had that idea. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't even like tell my ideas that they'll already get made, or now I'm doing them. Like if I have an idea for something for like a video or something to put into a script, I'll just go off and do it.
Yeah.
Although some things I have to back up on. This is why on my main channel, guys, if you guys know, I've been talking about doing a SmackDown retrospective for the longest time. And I've got a bunch of footage recorded for it, and I'm still working on the scripts for the other parts. But I've got the first part edited and done, but I'm going to have to re-edit it because I throw in a clip of Ron Simmons going, damn! Because I make a joke in one of them where I say, there's no option to make these title cards permanent, and if I could, I would make the Divas permanent. And then I zoom in a picture of Trish Stratus, and then it cuts to a clip of the Hardy Boys and Ron Simmons staring at Candice Michelle hosing herself down with a bottle of water, and then Ron Simmons comes in and goes, damn! Instead of his traditional, just like, like when someone does something stupid and he goes, damn! He just like, damn! What do you expect from a porn star like Candice Michelle? That's why I think like now like the divas are a little bit more clean cut when they come in, because like there was this girl before Caitlyn and AJ moved on from NXT.
Yep.
She was only on there for 2 days. She was like 6 foot something, like huge for a woman.
Tall.
Yeah, she was like gonna be like the next China, without the horrible sex videos and the
yeah, I get it.
The pre-anal destruction post China X-Pac.
Yeah,
You know what
she's not a good-looking lady.
No, never was. I don't know why they let her do. Wait, was she one of the ones? I don't know if she was one of the ones that did Playboy twice. I know Sable
I don't
did.
think I want to know.
Actually, Sable technically did Playboy 3 times. Once with Tori, one of the times with Tori Wilson. Anyway, she was like this massive, massive Amazon. Like she was cutting through people. She's just like, I'm gonna destroy everyone. I'm gonna be the most dominant diva ever. And then they wrote her off the show. Vicky fired her because they found out she did some X-rated photos prior to coming to WWE. Same with they had a new cute little Asian ring announcer that they're debuting, and she got the can because she did a direct-to-DVD National Lampoon video where she showed her tatas, and they're like, nope, we're PG, we're going clear cut. I mean, I think Caitlyn was like the last of them to like be there, and she had risque photos. They actually changed her outfit later on because they found those photos, and she has a tattoo of a pair of lips on her ass. So they're just like, yeah, you're gonna be wearing pants from now on. We don't want you derobed, so everyone can see that tattoo. That's interesting. Do you know what WWE? If you want to get a tattoo, you
have to get it certified by the creative department.
Yeah,
you've told me this plenty of times.
Yeah. That's why when most people leave WWE, they just they get all tatted up. Like Rene Dupree, one of our local heroes here, one half of La Resistance. After his second stint in WWE, let go for drug usage, he went off to Japan. He got married, and he just went nuts with the tattoos. Same with Brock Lesnar, he went a little nuts with the tattoos.
Brock Lesnar is not as bad as some of the other wrestlers I've seen.
I hate that stupid sword on his chest. I have no idea why he got that.
That's really unattractive.
I'm always the person that, like, I had this discussion with someone because I ran into someone that I used to work with and I hadn't met in years, and it was back in the summertime, and I was just saying, hi, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while, and she took off her jacket. It was the summertime, so it was really warm. And then all of a sudden I noticed just like right on her chest was like this ugly, ugly tattoo. And I'm just like, whoa, and you get that done. It's like, can you get it removed? I asked my friends at work, I was just like, okay, we like girls with tattoos, right? Yeah. Some tattoos can be sexy, yeah. I said, tattoos on the chest, yay or nay? Is that a deal breaker? And they're like, all of them? Absolutely. Like, I think girls with full sleeves are, kind of cute and all that, and tattoos anywhere else. I said, as soon as you get them on your chest, no deal. It's just, like, I love you, honey, but if you got a tattoo on these beautiful bosom...
Johnny, I don't plan on getting a tattoo on my tatas.
Thank you. That's all I asked for.
Be on my back.
That was the deal breaker, too, for me and my friends with Rihanna.
I like to show off my skin, not what's on my skin.
That was a deal breaker for me, and I was telling my friend because like we all liked Rihanna.
Well,
like Rihanna's gorgeous. And then I saw a photo of her like out in the beach in a bikini, and she has like the under part of her chest, like underneath her boobs, tattooed. I'm just like, done. Walk off. Done. Chest, keep it bare, please.
Keep it classy, ladies. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Man, let's talk about wrestling there. WrestleMania is coming up. It's the 30th. It's the 30th anniversary, and man, the card does not look all that strong. I mean, we've got some problems where, like, unless your name is Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, the fans are just booing you out of the building. They don't care. John Cena don't care. He hadn't cared for the last 14 years of his career. People booing him. It's like, you know what? Because he keeps saying, it's like, I will come here, I will fight. He basically said in one promo, he's just like, I'm here for the girls that love me, the parents and the kids who will fight for me. I'm not here for you 18 to 30-year-olds who like the flippy off the top rope. I shoot you in the head, you kick out at 2, small package, 1, 2, 3, match over. Larry, that was the best you ever did. Remy has this old video series called No Respect For, ex-wrestler. It's basically he filmed these videos when we did shows. He did them after the shows when some wrestlers didn't show up or whatever. So he's just like, hey, say hi to Marco. It's going up on YouTube. And Larry, one of the US guys, came up and he was just like, hey, Marco, come to the wrestling. You will take back with the flippy backflip. Oh, 450 off the top rope, kick out. I shoot you in the head, you kick out. Small package, 1, 2, 3, match over. Kind of making fun of the whole Quebec wrestling scene where they try a little bit too hard to be Ring of Honor. I like the style. I like the fast-paced style, but as long as it makes sense and you rest for a little bit and you don't go too nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I always loved those. It just seems like right now with WWE, if your name's not Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, you don't matter. Or Dolph Ziggler, if you're not the young guys. I don't know. I think after Mania, there might be a changing of the guard when they realize, hey, we can't.
Excuse me.
We can't have a bunch of big name part timers in here anymore. We kind of need to have guys that wrestle all the time and go traveling all the time.
Yeah.
We need to start making new stars again. Honestly, like right now, I kind of feel that WWE is falling into that TNA trap where they're like, we need big names again. It's like, no, you need to. It's like, you are the wrestling company in the world. You need to make stars.
Make it or break it.
Yeah. And the one thing I'll watch the pay-per-views for free streaming. I mean, everyone else does it. It's just like, the reason I don't get into it as much as I used to now, and like I used to make like a bunch of videos about Raw and SmackDown, like when I thought something was good or I thought something was shite. I just don't care anymore. Like, the writing is so bad. Like, they'll cancel complete storylines for no reason. I mean, they had to cancel one with Punk and Kane because Punk walked out. It's just like, I'm hurt, I'm fed up, I'm going home. That's like, I'm not like an Austin, so it doesn't matter. Just I'm just going home. That's it. But on top of that too, Monday, though, it's like, hey, if you don't like the current product, you can go back to the glory days for only $9.99 a month. Introducing the WWE Network, which is really an extension of the app, because all it is, it's WWE's own
Netflix.
its own Netflix, its own streaming service. Initially, what they wanted to do was have their own channel. They wanted to have their own broadcast network channel where they could show all this stuff on a regular schedule. And then I guess deals fell through. The channel completely disappeared. And now we're back on the streaming service, which is the way it kind of should be. On demand, you pick what you want to watch. You don't go by schedule, because that's how people operate now. Like, I don't think anybody I know now that watches television regularly, like sits down, turns on the TV, and with their cable box goes to channel 15 to go watch whatever's on CBS. Nobody does that anymore. Everyone's got some type of app, like Netflix or Crackle, or if you're in the States, Hulu Plus. That's how they absorb their content. I think in the States, a big thing in the States though is that people will buy subscriptions to HBO or whatever, or AMC, whatever channel it is, just when a certain show is playing. And as soon as that show's gone, they call the cable provider and cancel. Like with HBO, like a lot of people just get HBO Go or HBO to watch Game of Thrones. And as soon as Game of Thrones is over, they're done. Same with AMC and Walking Dead. As soon as Walking Dead done or they take their break, that's it. A lot of people did that for Breaking Bad while it was on the air.
Yeah.
I can tell you for a fact that we don't have cable in our house. I don't think we had, us collectively, we haven't had cable television for 7 years. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had it for as long as we've been dating. Like, it's been 4 years now. We've never had cable at any of our apartments, ever. Because we get all our content online, either through streaming services, or other
or the happen
means.
chance it's on YouTube.
Or if it's on YouTube.
Or just download it.
I was trying to skirt around that issue, but yes, we are pirates. We steal, whatever. Don't act like you don't do it either. Everyone does it. I will try to support the things that I like this WWE Network. When it comes to Canada officially, I will support it because I can find this stuff easily on YouTube, but not at the quality that I am willing to watch it. Like, I've seen people with YouTube accounts upload like full WrestleManias from the DVD rips. And that's cool, but like the quality is all shoddy. You can't get it the way you want it. Obviously, you got to compress it to fit YouTube's size limitations. So for something like this, not only can I get every single pay-per-view that WWE has ever produced, I can also get every ECW pay-per-view that they've ever produced, and every WCW event that they've ever produced, and completely uncensored. Like, they actually, well, no, there's one censorship. Apparently, I saw this on Twitter. One Night Stand 2005, the pure ECW One Night Stand. They took out the Mike Awesome Masato Tanaka match, possibly due to Joey Styles' shoot interview or shoot promo on Mike Awesome for walking out on ECW and going to drop the belt and all that, like trying to cost them his jobs. So that was cut. But they're true to the word when they say nothing is cut, and they have those warnings. There is a massive warning that will go up if there is any pay-per-view or any television event or anything that will depict Chris Benoit. This will say these are factual people. We do not condone their actions in real life. And also, Over the Edge 99? The one that Owen Hart died on. They put a warning at the beginning that says, rest in peace, Owen Hart. Yada, 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 who accidentally died. He didn't accidentally die. Vince Russo killed him. I'm a firm believer of that. He's just like, you need to come off the top of the building on a rope like a superhero. It's like, I don't know. And then just watch him plummet.
Freak accident.
Yeah, caused by unsafe conditions and from an idiot who basically was writing softcore porn. All right, I gotta shoot for a second. I was gonna do this on a separate video, but why not here on this podcast?
Okay.
For all the people who boo certain things in WWE, who shit on the PG era and want the Attitude Era back, what in the Attitude Era that was produced that you actually remember or is actually have any historical fact? I will tell you in so many words, the only thing, now this is coming from someone who never watched the Attitude Era from its beginning to end, but from all the DVDs I've watched of people telling their stories and all that of their careers, I can tell you that the only significance, the only four significance that come out of this were like 4 stars: Austin, McMahon, The Rock, and Triple H. Everything else is forgettable. Just like everything currently is forgettable. Let me tell you why. To me, the Attitude Era of the WWE consists of the 3 B's. Boobs, blood, and bad language. That's all you people want in this current era back. Like, you want the divas to do the bikini stuff. Actually, you know what? I take that back, because the last time they did a bikini contest, Victoria turned heel, beat up all the divas, and you all cheered it. Granted, that was in Canada, and we're a bunch of smart marks, but still, you don't want that anymore. But you do want people to blade themselves at the shot of, getting hit in the head with a steel chair. That's never coming back. Number 1, unprotected chair shots are unsafe. Number 2, cutting your forehead open every single night will lead to horrible scars. Don't believe me? Look at Dusty Rhodes' forehead. Look at New Jack's forehead. Look at Ric Flair's forehead. There are scar tissues on there that will never go away from the amount of times that they blade just to get a little bit of color. Opening up the hard way, fine, whatever. That's fine. Don't stop a match because someone opened the hard way. That I'll give an example. When they started implementing that rule where people had to be glued back up in between matches, that completely killed the Christian Sultan Benjamin ladder match from a few years back. That completely killed it. Ref stoppage, stupid. The bad language. You can get away with cutting a heel promo without swearing. You just have to be a little bit more creative, which apparently, in this day and age, WWE writers are not all that creative. They should be. Because you can tell people that they don't matter. You can tell people that they're a piece of shit without having to say that they're pieces of shit. Do I want the Attitude Era to come back? No. Because unlike the 18 to 30-year-old male demographic, which I'm a part of, I do want kids to watch wrestling and get excited about it and be joyed. Do I want cartoonish characters like in the 80s? Hell no, of course not. I like to see real people and real emotions and all that in my wrestling. I don't want the Attitude Era back. Okay, here's the thing too. The Attitude Era gave us the dumbest storylines in history. Mae Young gives birth to a hand.
Ugh, gross.
Val Venus, I choppy your pee-pee.
Of course, Mae Young has passed away last year, so yeah.
Oh god, what else did the Attitude Era? Dog poop. Just like dick and fart jokes. Grow up.
Uh-huh.
Alright, enough of that rant. I'm gonna go back to the WWE Network a little bit though. It's only in the US right now and other markets. It won't come to the UK and Canada until maybe later this year or next year. But apparently there is a way around it. You just have to make sure you don't log in with Facebook and Twitter. You use a PayPal account and you set your home address to somewhere in Delaware or something, and then you can get it. And you can use a browser that doesn't require an IP address lookup, because for us in Canada, if we wanted to try Hulu or Hulu Plus or try to watch stuff on like other sites that are just .coms, it won't allow us because it's like your IP is not set to US, so you don't have permission. I
hate that so much.
Yeah, that's the thing too with like the Netflix. It's all dependent on your IP address. So for us here, we have a DNS server on, DNS addresses we can put on an Xbox or PS3, which they've recently zapped, and everyone's been frantic to try and find a new one, where we can make it an American Netflix, because American Netflix has way more television options than the Canadian Netflix. Canadian Netflix actually is good about getting recently released movies onto, recently DVD, I should say, onto Netflix. I mean, we've got Star Trek Into Darkness. US doesn't. But then again, US has everything Star Trek and we have nothing. Like, we had Next Generation for a while and then they took it away. We don't have the original series, we don't have DS9, we don't have Voyager, we don't have Enterprise, which I started watching and now I'm not going to be able to finish watching it. Because I got an announcement here. We canceled our Netflix subscription because I was getting tired of the DNS changing, and I actually want to watch other shows that I can't get on Netflix right now. So, as a reason why Big Bang Theory is not on Netflix, because they make so much money in DVD sales and syndication. They're just like, why do we need to be on Netflix? And there's something I was listening to on the podcast, on the Rooster Teeth podcast. There's fear now that Netflix is going to charge so much more. They're going to basically start charging for bandwidth. Because ISPs in here, we have their, data packages if you're with, like, certain service providers, like Rogers. Yeah. I think TELUS does it too. But Bell Alliant here does not do that yet. It may. In Ontario, in Quebec, they had usage caps. And if you went over that, you were done. Like, you would have to pay, like, a ton of... You have to pay a ton of money for overages. Now, because I think the CRTC has kind of lapsed in and said, hey, you can no longer have these set amounts. You have to give people the option, like high-end users, the option, hey, I use a lot. Let me pay a flat rate to use whatever I want, which is what we do here. We've got an unlimited usage package with our internet through Rogers because I'm a high-end user. Like, I download a lot. I upload a lot, especially now with the Couples Play channel and my YouTube channel. We play a lot, or we upload a lot. And we play and we do a lot of things online. So we need that. But now in the US, like, US has never had that problem. They've always had, like, fastest speeds and no data usage. Now it's these streaming companies are probably going to force in and say, and other companies too, like, I think the government's going to step in with this net neutrality thing and say, you spend a lot of time on YouTube. You need to pay extra if you want to continue doing that. It's no longer a free internet. Like, the government is slowly coming in and telling people what they can and cannot do with their time, what they should and shouldn't be doing. That's bull.
The only thing that I can see that working for better would probably be for work.
For, like, what do you mean, like, work?
People slacking at work. Maybe.
No, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help It's not going to hinder good corporations. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to affect me at my work because I work for a major company. I can't say who.
Well,
but
obviously.
I work for a major company directly, not through contract, not through a third party company. I work directly for the company. I don't think it will affect, if they ever did that, it won't affect us at all because we absolutely need the internet to do our jobs. If we do not have the internet, we cannot service anyone. Well, we could, but we'd be very limited. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I would just use my phone anyway.
Yeah, speaking of that, WWE Network is doing their streaming. As they're not just them; it's Disney is actually starting to do it too, with their movies and including Marvel movies together.
About time.
So apparently they got over 400 titles that you can watch.
Now, my question is this going to be solely movies, or is this going to be Disney television as well? Like, can I get this service and sit down and watch the entirety of Gargoyles? Because I would totally do that.
Let's see here. By the looks of it, it's going to be... let's see. I don't really see any TV shows just yet, but it might be in the works by looks of it. They're doing a deal with Apple, and I believe they're making a deal with. They just made a deal with Netflix not too long ago with Marvel Entertainment content.
Oh yeah.
And they're also going to be moving Star Wars titles to that as well.
Yeah, I did hear about this.
It's the TV series that associated with it.
Yeah, Clone Wars.
Chances are it won't be long before TV shows are on there as well. Disney TV shows. I
would hope so. I mean, that would be so cool to like be able to sit down with this app and watch DuckTales or Tailspin or Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and all those old cartoons we used to grow up with as kids, especially Gargoyles. I think the only channel that you can get Gargoyles, I think, is Disney XD.
I think so.
Not the app. I think it's the actual television show. Because I remember late at night, it was Gargoyles and X-Men.
I think it's a channel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did read about that though. Is that Clone Wars, for what it's worth, for the two people that like that show. I hate that it's canon, because the Samurai Jack inspired animated series that was in between episode 2 and 3, which is technically canon, that was way better than this CG crap.
Yeah,
it's
know, the CG cartoon crap.
Because they're saying that this is canon. I'm like, it's not. Like, Anakin's not a master. He doesn't take Shakti as an apprentice. Is that Shakti? Is that girl's name? I don't know.
Whatever.
Annoying girl. And I'm annoyed by that series. I'll be glad when it's over. But okay, well, I lost my train of thought here. So yeah, Disney app. That'd be cool to like get all the Marvel stuff in there. I'm just reading it up here. It doesn't seem like they're going to have console apps. It just sounds like it's going to be PC, iOS. They should like the apps on consoles are actually getting really, really, really good. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, on my Xbox, I have the YouTube app, I have the Netflix app, and I have the Twitch app. I did have the Crackle app, but we never watched anything on it.
I didn't. We did have the Disney XD because I was watching. Let me see here, the Tron TV show.
Tron Uprising.
Yeah.
Which is on Netflix, and we never got to watch it.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that myself too.
Yeah, well, we only got a few days.
I got through the first 6 episodes, no problem. But after that, I had to wait for more episodes to come up, and now I need to catch up again. But you get the idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did make an app for consoles, because that's what the network, the WWE Network, is doing. Is that, I mean, you can watch on your mobile devices using the WWE app. Which, if you haven't learned how to download it, Michael Cole has told you several fucking times how to do it, as if we were all simpletons and didn't know how to use a phone. Of course, we're wrestling fans because we are simpletons, apparently. And Melanie hit the table, and we apologize for that. I've told her several times not to do it. Stop. You're ruining this podcast. You're tearing me apart, Melanie. What a story, Mark. Let's get some food, huh?
Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. Of course, we're doing this without a timer, so...
Yeah, I don't know how much longer we have to go. It's fine. I think, though, if I keep looking at the timer, it's just going to hinder us.
Yeah.
I can tell you this much. Because we recorded early, we again did not see Doom. Maybe next week.
Eventually, we probably... Well, how about this? We'll just watch it unannounced, and then we'll do it in a podcast.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think
we're
going to call off the movie video game reviews.
For a while. Yeah. Until we have a movie night.
Or we could make it separate. Like its own separate thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we might as well do it in a separate thing. Sweetheart.
Yeah. But one thing I will probably get to reviewing and talking about on next week's podcast is that yesterday wasn't technically our anniversary.
Our late anniversary date.
Yeah, we had our little day. We went to go got something to eat.
Our first date was the 23rd, and we always try to celebrate it on the day that we have off.
Exactly. So we had you didn't have it off. It was in the afternoon anyway. Anyway, we went to go get something to eat. We went to
Montana's.
Yeah, had a nice steak dinner.
Yeah,
huge steak dinner.
You were enjoying that steak so
much.
Oh,
it was thick. I got a 12 answer. It was huge.
I know. I don't think I'd be able to eat that.
Oh. We'll have to edit this out.
Hello?
Or maybe not. Telemarketers. How about we talk about telemarketers? Every day.
And I'm doing
My name is Lorene, and I'm calling from XD Systems. We're here to call you about an important deal. Well, if you were calling to tell us about an important deal, maybe you shouldn't have sent your freaking robots after us. Talk to us like a normal human being so we can tell you in person.
Don't send
Sorry,
us a
not interested.
pre-recorded message.
I will tell you a quick one that you missed. And that has never called again.
Oh.
Okay. Now, if it's a regular person that's talking,
yeah,
to offer these things, I will say I'm not interested. Now, by Canadian law, they can do 2 or 3 rebuttals. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, well, just to tell you about this, or you can do this if you have, like, sorry, I'm not meaning to target that demographic, but those like outsourcing to India, those are the callers that normally call us the most. And I just said, don't, like, you have 3 chances, 3 strikes and you're out. If I ever say no 3 times, you end the call. I had one instance where someone kept going, and I said, I already told you no 3 times. Do you realize you're breaking Canadian law by continuing? But he hung up the phone. He's just like, oh crap, I do not want to go to jail. Then it's just I had when I was in college, where a guy was trying to get me a subscription to the Times and Transcript, and I said, no, that's okay. I read everything online. I'm not really interested in getting a subscription to a newspaper. Do you know what his rebuttal was? Come on. That's all he said. He's like, I'm like, would you like a subscription to the Times and Transcript? No, thanks. I'm not interested. Come on. I'm like, no. And you go, come on. It's not going to do anything. Are you going to call me a pussy afterwards?
What is he, a New Yorker? Come
on.
on.
Come on.
We did that together.
Come on. For only 50 cents a month, I get you 3 issues every day. Come on. Hey, come on. Pasta linguini. But I'll tell you, the last one that we got was, okay. She was really nice. Mm-hmm. She just, she did everything. She was nice and friendly. She said, call and see if you would be interested in a subscription to Times and Transcript. And I said, no, we don't really read the newspaper. That's okay. We're not interested. She said, no problem. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, I get a
have
few
a good
of those
day.
every now
I was like, and all of a sudden, I kind of wanted to stop and be like, that's it? You're not going to try and force it down my throat?
Well,
and I was like, well, in that case, I will buy a subscription. It's because you were peddling me. I didn't buy it, by the way.
Well, obviously, thank
God.
No,
that's why I felt like doing. So to go on with our go back to our dinner anniversary thing, we decided to go get each other gifts. So
a little under budget.
Yeah, we were like, okay, under $20, we'll go get something.
Yeah,
so
we got our East Coast Comic Expo tickets while we were at it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. An alert here. Shout outs to East Coast Comic Expo here in Moncton, New Brunswick, May 17th, 2014. We will be there, camera in hand. I'm hoping to maybe interview a few cosplayers. I will not be cosplaying this year. I kind of did last year. I was half Superboy from Death of Superman, The Reign of the Supermen. I threw on my faux leather jacket and my Superman shirt underneath it, and I was like, yeah, I'm Superboy. You'll more likely be cosplaying for sure.
Obviously.
Well, like I said, I've been kind of getting out of the cosplay scene. I admire everyone for doing it. Like, I admire everyone's efforts and how they can craft these things.
I put into some of this stuff.
And all the honey, I appreciate all the hard work you put into my costumes. Like, honestly, it's just that it's just that I just
you prefer doing it for Halloween.
yeah, Halloween.
That's if we get it off.
Well, we probably won't. I don't care about Halloween. Anyway, we will be at the East Coast Comic Expo, camera in hand, hopefully microphone in hand if I can afford one before the event. I'm actually trying to upgrade my equipment. Right now, I have a JVC Evrio HD camera. Mm-hmm. Nice camera. When I bought it final sale from Future Shop. 60 gigabyte hard drive. Gives off great picture when I get the good lighting and all that. Only problem is that the internal mic on it is horrible. If you guys noticed in the last couple of Achievement Horror videos, I've been using the Blue Snowball mic that we use here for the podcast.
Yeah.
To record and just sync up my lines. The problem I'm having is that I really don't want to have to sync up a microphone, like a sound source, with the camera, because I think I might get it there might be some delays and it might go desync. So I'm actually looking to upgrade to a DSLR camera that can record video and have the attachment on top to put a microphone. I would love to do that because that's what everyone else uses. That's what everyone that works on Community One on Bell Alliant. That's those are the type of cameras they use. That's what they use for Legend City Wrestling. That's what they use in the Game Code the first season. So I'm looking to go up to that so that I can have a handheld microphone and I can walk up to people and interview them and give them actual real questions. And because that's one of my pet peeves about looking at some of these con videos. It's just like the guy interviewing is just a complete asshole. He's just like, you're just like Power Girl. Look at them boobs. Just like punch the fuck out of him. Like,
yeah, I know.
This is my pledge. This is my promise to all cosplayers at East Coast Comic Expo. Animaritime if I can get it off and go to it. Probably not. But this is a promise to everyone from HalCon.
Yeah.
I promise you, I will not ask those stupid questions. I mean, we'll throw some lighthearted jokes, but I'm not gonna be like those super insulting to cosplay jokes that I see in every con video I ever see. I treat you guys with respect.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
You get a big hug.
Thanks. Though, okay, off track again. We went to the comic store. We went and got ourselves our tickets for the comic expo, which we will be at. Cameras on hand, like I said. I also went to the record store to look up stuff. Man, my mouth was drooling at all the stuff I wanted because he just restocked on a bunch of NES games. And the guy that owns the shop is actually selling some of his collection. And man, Pat, if I had the money to blow in there, like, I would buy your Action 52. I would buy your Snow Brothers. I would buy your Wisdom Tree Bible games. I would definitely buy your SH Figure Arts Akiba Ranger figures. Oh my god.
You were so geeked out.
He had all 3 Akiba Rangers in box with all their accessories, and he only wanted $75 for all 3 of them. And I'm like, I want it. I started doing the taunting, the tantrum things. Like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it.
And I didn't have time to actually film you on, considering my phone was probably deep within my pockets, and I'm like, oh shit.
You took a photo of it for me though.
Yeah, I did.
So I can drool over it more, and then when I go back with the actual money, it'll be gone. I'm like, damn it, no, off to eBay. I want some SH Figure Arts to complement your Sailor Moon figure art, because I want some funny poses. I actually wanted the Akiba Rangers to be fighting Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I was just giggling at you.
Still going off track. We gotta wrap up this story, for God's sakes. I keep getting off track. Anyway, Melanie ended up getting me DuckTales 2 on Game Boy. It was not on NES, unfortunately. That's super rare. It was funny that he was only asking $15 for it.
Well, it was the Game Boy version you gotten.
Yeah, it's still pretty rare, but I guess not as rare. Anyway, so Melanie didn't see anything at the Spin It records that she wanted, so we went to the Comic Hunter, and she ended up getting some used how to draw manga books, because it was a buy one get one free deal.
I use them as the base of my drawing and as a reference. So
I'm just flipping through it right now. There's a section on the illustrating battles. It shows you how to do the 1,000 punch thing from Fist of the North Star. Yeah. I can't really do Kenshiro's voice all that good, or I don't even know his name. That's pretty good. Shows you how to animate the hands and all that. So she got that, and she also got how to draw male characters. This would really help out if you could redraw me anime style. Which, by the way, you need to get on those drawings of us, so that we're trying to look for, because we have the photo of us standing back to back for our title cards. Kind of want to do something a little bit more hand drawn, a little bit more animated.
Yeah, no, I'm still developing something. So
yeah. Anyways, while we're also there, I was going around flipping through comics, and I saw in the dollar comic section, IDW was doing a run of Transformer Beast War comics, and in the back they had a bunch of cover variants, which were just everyone's forms over the years of Beast Wars. So there was Optimus Primal in his regular monkey outfit, then his Transmetal 1, and then his Optimal Optimus when he fused with Optimus Prime Spark. They had one for Megatron where he was just, purple dinosaur, then he was Transmetal dinosaur, and then he was dragon. So it's like, hey, cool, they got all these here. I'm going to go to the graphic novels and see if they have these in a trade collection. The thing about me with comics is I don't like collecting and reading individual issues. I prefer to get the entire story in a trade back so I can sit there the whole time and enjoy it. And while I was slipping through them, I was like, okay, looking for Transformers, okay, QRSS. I was like, oh, Star Trek comics. There was one Star Trek and the Legion of Superheroes, and I forgot, oh yeah, they do crossovers with DC sometimes when they were owned by DC. And then they did one Star Trek and X-Men where Cyclops and Jean Grey were stored aboard the Enterprise or something. But then I slipped through it, and I never realized that they came out with this collection, and I've been actually looking at it because I saw individual covers of it. It's called Star Trek The Next Generation Hive. It's a story written by one of the writers, by one of the legendary writers, Brandon Braga, who has written many episodes for Next Gen, DS9, and Voyager, and I think a little bit of Enterprise as well. It's basically a story about Picard's quest to finally eliminate the Borg once and for all. This actually takes place after the finale of Voyager. Picard meets up with Seven of Nine after she's kind of been like officially debriefed, and brings her aboard the Enterprise for her insight on the Borg and how to defeat them. And it's actually the third instance where Seven of Nine has had a Starfleet uniform on her. First of which was the relativity episode, where she got going backwards and forwards in time looking for a time bomb. The second time was when she was she was doing the holodeck simulations. She had
that was close to the end of the series.
Yeah, she had a simulation where she had all of her implants removed, and she requested she wanted a uniform. when I saw that episode, I was almost like, I know I don't officially have a rank, but I would like to request a uniform. It's like, listen, we already know that we're gonna get those stupid gray outfits when we get back to Starfleet, and if I didn't give an outfit to Egypt, Kess, Neelix, and every other stowaway that came aboard, what in God's name thinks I'm gonna give it to you? Because you're secretly in love with me? Consider it done. Whatever Seven wants, Seven gets. Egypt, I want a uniform too. Go back to the alcove.
Earn it.
You get back in the cellar. He starts poking Egypt with a broom. Get back in the cellar.
That is cruel.
Well, it's like Seven of Nine's like the cousin Oliver. She comes in, it's like, oh, she's so beautiful and smart. And then one of the characters like, I want a story arc. You get back in the basement. Poking them.
Yeah. Not impressed.
All right, so you're 7 of 9. That don't impress me much. I'm getting loopy from lack of food, I think. It's lunchtime. We gotta get something to eat.
We need to get something to eat, sweetie.
Alright, that's gonna do it for this episode. No Q&A today because nobody left any questions. We got plenty of viewers on the last one. I don't know why you guys don't want to ask us any questions. We're not gonna leave anything off the table. Anything you guys want to ask us. Okay. Minus that thing. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Don't ask us about that thing and we'll be fine. Melanie has an inquisitive look on her face. She's like, what thing? I'm like, you know what thing.
Oh.
She doesn't know. No, you think you know. I'll tell you off.
Okay, fine.
Oh,
okay,
I was going to go.
Now, John.
I was going to go. Oh, you know what that thing is? It's that thing I like the most. Cake farts. Melody doesn't know what cake farts are.
I'm just laughing because it sounds funny.
It's this video that Game Grumps found where a woman puts her bare ass on a cake and just farts on it.
Oh! What?
That's not the part they're laughing at. They're just laughing at her accent. And she's just like, you know what I love most in the world? Cake farts. It's just like it's that Massachusetts accent. Or not Massachusetts.
Okay.
No, Minnesota. Alright, I have to end this. I'm getting to a giggling fit. I'm just spouting out internet memes now, trying to make myself laugh. And Melanie's just like, you're a fucking weirdo.
Not really. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm like, qu'est-ce que fuck?
That's the same thing. You're saying I'm a weirdo. Anyway.
All right,
Anyways,
let's get
send us
something to eat.
questions by leaving a comment down below. We will read it on next week's podcast. If you want to send us more directly, you can go to or you can send us an email, couplesplayshow@gmail.com. I check the emails every day that they're sent. I usually just get the retweets that we do for the channel on our own Twitter follow. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at Couples Play collectively. Individually, I'm at Johnny L. Chase, and Melanie's at Relic Raider 26. Oh, I'm getting the hiccups because I'm hungry and I drank too much pop, and it's going so fast. What is wrong with me? I'm freaking delusional.
You're trailing off a lot here, honey.
I'm turning up parts in my brain.
Let's just end it right here.
Oh.
What?
Did we? We got time. Let's talk quickly about what we. Okay, so we're not ending. Okay, we can't end until we talk about the last topic we didn't get to. We watched some new movie trailers. Upcoming summer blockbusters, if you will, that are becoming out soon. Godzilla looks awesome.
Yeah, it sounded. They started it. The way the music started, it reminded you of the Leaving Earth a little bit from Mass Effect.
Well, yeah, because you hear Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle is in this. He's basically like, "Hey, don't you know this is not an earthquake? You guys are keeping something from us." And like every time they like put a pause in a sentence, you would hear like a, and I'm just like, "What? The Reaper's coming?" It sounds like it sounds like the Reapers. But yeah, Godzilla looks amazing.
Please let it be better than the Matthew Broderick one.
Oh hell yeah, Roland Emmerich's
Better
not doing it because like. Here's Roland Emmerich's philosophy. Let me just blow off famous buildings and then you people will like it. I didn't mind Independence Day. I thought it was alright. But like every other movie he's done since then has just been like trying to capture that glory. It's like, oh, blow up this Empire State Building. Oh, freeze New York. I'll do all this stuff to your treasured landmarks. I'm like, just write a good story. Independence Day was passable. Everything else is just shite. Like Godzilla, his version... He was half the size of regular Godzilla, and he put Siskel and Ebert in there as the mayors of New York because they never gave any of his movies more than two. Or they kept giving them thumbs down.
They kept getting thumbs down.
I don't understand Actually, you know what? I'll take something. Stargate and Independence Day were the good movies that they did. Because look what happened with Stargate. It spun off 3 different television series. And plenty of made-for-TV movies.
I prefer watching the 2. The third one is utter shit, in my opinion. But
Stargate Universe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they tried to make it more serious.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be serious. That's the problem.
Yeah. Anyway, what was the other trailer? Yeah, Godzilla, awesome. Gonna go see it in theaters. I love me some giant monster fights. Even though I haven't seen Pacific Rim yet.
Giant robots.
Okay, what was the other one we watched? Oh yeah, I reintroduced Melanie to the latest trailer for X-Men's X-Men Days of Future Past, which looks incredible. Which I don't know how they're going to.
Thank God for Bryan Singer coming back.
Which I also kind of feel bad because they showed like when they're showing everyone like they showed Iceman growing up with a beard, Ellen Page is back as Kitty Pryde, Anna Paquin, who is not going to be in the movie. They cut her scene. So Anna Paquin's not going to be in. They said, oh, we'll throw her in the DVD extras. It's like, that doesn't count. That's like taking Christopher Lee out of the third Lord of the Rings. It's like, hey, he has no more power. He will stay there until you'll watch Treebird. And it's like, no, put the fucker in the movie. Even if he has one scene. They finally did in the extended version. They had Chucky from Child's Play stab him in the back and kill him. It's just like, no. Christopher Lee gets the bum of bad the third movies, and because remember Revenge of the Sith, he's only in it for like 2 minutes, and then Anakin cuts his head off, and then like Return of the King, the extended edition, he's in there, and then you can't even remember his name, stabs him and kills him. I was like, no, what's wrong with you, Christopher Lee? At least he has more dignity in the Bond movies. Or Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
Captain America 2? What? What the heck are you talking about?
Okay, no, not Winter Soldier. I'm talking about Captain America 2, Death Too Soon with Reb Brown as Captain America.
John,
Did you not see the Spoonie's reviews on those? No, I gotta show you Spoonie's review.
Looking.
So you never realized that but before the 1990s TV movie Captain America, there was 2 in the 70s.
I remember the first one you showed me, but I don't remember the second one.
But why? Brackett is no Mad Dog Killer. He is after something. Spin It has them on DVD. Like Shout Factory released them on DVD. We'll go watch them.
Okay. Skip down Captain America 2.
Christopher Lee in the second one plays a international terrorist named Miguel.
Miguel?
Yes. Who would thought to think to search for the...
Sounds more like a fashion designer.
Who would think to look for the terrorist Miguel hiding in an American prison? You must join with me, Red Brown. You must join with Solomon. Or Sauron. You always get those two mistaken. All right, last trailer we looked at was Guardians of the Galaxy because God help Jack Patilla every time he brings it up on the Rooster Teeth podcast that just everybody in the room just shits on him. And he's like, no, it looks so cool because they got Rocky Raccoon. He's like, oh, Rocky Raccoon, that's going to be the best movie ever. Fuck you, this movie looks horrible. It looks okay. I don't know who any of these people are. I know that because of this movie, this is the reason why Bautista is back in the WWE. Bautista. They actually chanted Bautista at the pay-per-view. It was him and Alberto Del Rio in a one-on-one match, and you started hearing, Bautista! Bautista! Are you saying Boo or Bautista? I was saying Bautista. But yeah, Rocket Raccoon, or not Rocket Raccoon, that's not the name of the movie. But that's everyone's getting hyped about because like he was in Ultimate MVC3. It's like, stop talking raccoon. Why is that cool? It's like the squirrel Green Lantern. I mean, like, yes, this character actually exists.
Little Rocky Raccoon, that little raccoon. I mean, it won't be long before they actually make Star Fox the movie.
Highly doubt it. Nintendo would ever sign off on that. Although, I really think Nintendo should just bite the bullet.
From their mistakes.
They should bite the bullet. They should sign off movie licenses to Disney and Pixar. That would be amazing.
Yeah, they would actually do it right.
Yeah, Pixar would make awesome Nintendo movies. Like Super Mario Brothers, Star Fox, all those would be awesome under the hands of Pixar and the right people.
Exactly.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, this is one of those like campy Marvel movies that I really don't care to watch. It's like Ghost Rider. Like, I never got into the Ghost Rider movies. I don't think I'm going to get into this one. This is probably going to be like the one Marvel movie we don't see. Thor 2 we never got to see just because it wasn't in theaters that long around here.
And we had bad timing.
Yeah. I love that picture, though, that when they show Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth together, they said that moment when you realize Luke Skywalker's mother is next to James Kirk's father. Mind blown? Mind blown?
I know, Johnny.
Just like when I tweeted to people, because I was watching the OSW reviews of Ready to Rumble, and it's just like, but prepare to have your mind blown. John Cena is in this movie. It's like, what? And then there's a scene where they go to a gym because they're training Jimmy King to get back into the ring, and they meet up and talk with Goldberg. In the background, you can see John Cena stepping into like a weight machine to start working out. I was like, what? This is way before he started training to be a wrestler. This was back in like the early 2000s or 99. At some point when WCW was still owned by Eric Bischoff. Because Eric Bischoff was supposed to be in that movie. But they replaced him with that guy from The Matrix. But yeah, that's oh, okay. One more quick talk about it before we're going to end this. I gotta go back to the WWE Network and what it's doing with YouTube. It is absolutely killing any type of content creator that wants to just use like a tiny little clip of WWE to get some type of point across, or in OSW cases, show off the entire pay-per-view, because that's what they do. They review pay-per-views with no audio. It's just all visual. The only time they ever show audio is when like an announcer says something funny or they cut to a promo. And it's killing people too, like Mafu Botchamania, because it's like as soon as you put the video up, it's like automatically content claimed by WWE. I mean, here's my stance on all this. If you're not doing it for money, like if you're not seriously monetizing these videos, what's the harm in putting them up on YouTube? I mean, I actually gotta go double check and see if my I can't really do it right now. But I gotta see if my WWE All Stars video is still up and my WWE 12 video, my Achievement Horror videos, because I use a few clips of WWE, and that's actually the reason why my SmackDown retrospective is stopped, because I need to take that clip of Ron Simmons out, rewrite it, and re-edit and re-render it, because I don't want to get in trouble. I'm just using game footage. I'm not even going to, like, when I get to the points where they start actually doing their own video packages for the games, I'm not even going to show those video packages, because that's probably what's going to get me in trouble. But yeah, like, if anyone's following them, they are pretty much no longer using YouTube. They are going to be using Vimeo now, directly from their Facebook accounts. I would highly support these guys. This is a great little thing to put on in the background. And I really enjoy their videos, just reviewing stuff and talking about how, if matches were good, matches were bad, little stories about stuff. And I love their segment, What Bar? Where they take a wrestler's outfit and imagine what kind of candy bar they look like.
Okay.
That's always a fun segment. But go to vimo.us or oswreview.com. That's where they're hosting all of their videos now. If you guys want to go check them out, highly recommend it. They're just three lads from Ireland who just want to as I smack Melanie for hitting the table again. Yeah, stop hitting it. Why are you making cat noises?
I just felt like doing it just to make you laugh.
All right. Yeah, but go give those guys a listen if you want to. If you guys want to have something in the background and just listen to three guys having a good time talking about wrestling. It's all about having fun. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to talk about? Any YouTube? You plug a YouTube channel.
I've been just listening to some YouTube channels just from the off chance, like for do-it-yourselves over at home and stuff like that, or crafting. And the occasional, I do listen to her podcast sometimes, and just when you're not home and I'm off. And
yeah, there's the thing with Melanie. She loves listening to ourselves after we're recording and all that. I absolutely hate listening to myself. Even at my job, where they're just like, "Hey, let's listen to some calls and let's see how you're doing." I'm like, no. That's like, I trust your guys' judgment to know whether or not I'm talking okay to a customer or not, or talking like, all right. I don't want to hear myself. I hate hearing myself, which is funny because I'm doing things visually and audibly for years now. I can't listen to myself. I'll upload it. If it sounds good, good. If it sounds bad, people will tell me, and I'll go back and fix it, and then I'll put it up and never listen to it again. Because I don't make this stuff for myself. I make it for you guys. No, but there's no channel that you want to plug? No channel you want to say?
Well, I have the channels that I like listening to, watching Thread Bangers. I've gotten a lot of my cosplay ideas using that, using that, and I've been listening to, watching Holly Conrad's videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Thread Bangers.
The Holly Conrad.
And Holly Conrad.
Yeah.
She's youtube.com/Commander Holly. I don't know that address for sure because I follow her as well. I've been following her since, I think I was like, I googled like Mass Effect cosplay or something. Like I was getting.
I actually follow her on DeviantArt too.
I was like trying to find ideas on how to make the Shepherd armor, and then I saw her walk in for San Diego Comic-Con that was featured in
that documentary
in the Comic-Con documentary. I was like, wow, this is really impressive. And because I was like amazed at their Grunt, the Krogan, and like the animatronics on that. I was like, wow, that was really impressive.
Nice to see some animatronics done.
Then I started, watching her channel, and then following her on Twitter, and then buying the movie as soon as it came out because I wanted to support it. And
she's also on the show Heroes of Cosplay. I only watched the first half hour of it.
I need to watch
the
that
other
first
day.
episode because isn't Jason David Frank in there as a judge for one of the cosplay events?
I didn't get a chance to see the whole episode, honey. I didn't know. I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to go back to that.
I don't know.
Anyways, this is okay. What's this? What number? Attempt of 3 to end the podcast? Okay,
Yes, third attempt.
All right, we've got everything we want to say. We've already said our pieces. Leave your questions down below. Email us if you want any questions done. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on our individual Twitters. And we'll be back next week for another podcast. I am Johnny.
I'm Melanie.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.